How are we? So welcome back to another episode of Finn's Farm Life. So today, what we're doing is I'm currently heading to the vets. I need to drop off a few boxes of antibiotic tubes that we did not use this year, and I also need to pick up a few bottles of vaccine. We're going vaccinating cows today, so we're going vaccinating from Salmonella and also for Rotavirus Corona. So we vaccinated all the cows about 30 to 40 days prior to calving. And that vaccine then will be transferred onto the calf through the colostrum, and we find it's the best start for the calves. What I also need to get is a bottle of CALVES. So we drench every calf after birth for 4 days with CALVES in order to give them the best start. It reduces the risk of crypto and also other kinds of scour. So giving them that is a massive help. So that's another thing I need to get. I also need to get a bottle of pen strip and a bottle of Ricocam. So we don't use an awful lot of antibiotics on calves, we don't use an awful lot of anti-inflammatories on calves, but it's just there just in case so that we can treat them as quick as possible. Essentially, we check all the calves morning and evening for any kind of a swelling, any kind of a hardness in the calves' navel, and if they do have that, we treat them straight away in order to try and prevent that from getting any worse and developing into joint ill, which is an incredibly hard illness to treat in cows. I'm sorry, not cows, in calves. So having access to pen strip, having access to antibiotics to give to them calves straight away is essential. We don't like using antibiotics on calves, but I would rather use it on them than let it go into joint ill and have that calf be in extreme pain. So that is why we're going to be getting that. And yeah, and also Ricocam is very good if you have any kind of respiratory problems in calves, pneumonia or something like that. Anti-inflammatory such as Ricocam is brilliant in order to bring down the inflammation inside the lungs and get that calf back to normal. So that is why I'm heading to get those now. And yeah, so that's today's plan, is going to be just kind of stocking up for stuff that we need for calves, and also getting the vaccines for the cows and getting vaccines done today, as well as all the normal jobs such as milking and lime and cucumbers, all that kind of stuff. But I'll bring you along for the vaccinations, and I'll bring you along for everything else that's going on today. And yeah, I'll touch back base with you when I'm back from the vets, and we'll be down with the calves going through a few bits. So we have 6 calves in here. These are the ones that were born most recently. So there's 2 Angus's, 4 Frisian heifers. So we do sex semen here. Best of the cows get sexed Frisian, trying to get the best kind of replacements that we possibly can, and cows that might not be performing as well or may not be the best genetic merit, they get an Angus. It's a higher fertility, higher chance of going in calf, and with those kind of cows we're just trying to get them in calf. So we've been doing this the last maybe 3 years. We've gotten some brilliant replacement heifers out of it and some very good calves out of it, because we can breed an Angus earlier. We're breeding them off cows. We breed a bigger size of a bull from AI with the cows, so we get a bit bigger calf, a more valuable calf. And it works very well for us, and we're getting some very, very good heifers. We're not pedigreed by any means, but we do have some very good, like this calf here is a very good example of a calf that is kind of more of a Holstein calf. So the bull that was used most likely is a pedigree Holstein bull, and it was probably put onto a cow that is not a full kind of a pedigree Holstein cow. The cow might be 50-50 British and Holstein, so high milk volume, but also high in solids itself, and a good frame and stocky cow, which is kind of the size and the shape of cow that we're looking for. We're not looking for a tall, narrow Holstein cow. We're looking more for a kind of a large, broad kind of a cow that can carry a big udder of milk and give us kind of a bigger calves if we're going to be putting an Angus into them. We don't do any continental breeds like limousines or Belgian Blues. It is simply just Angus. Next year we are going to have Whiteheads also being bred, but for the moment it's going to be all Anguses this year. So I think we have about a 50-50 split. We have about 16 cows calved, and I think we have about 8 Angus, 8 Frisian heifers. So far it's kind of been a good mix. The Angus calves, after 2 weeks, once we get their cards and their genomic testing and the BVD are back, they're going to be sold straight out of the farm. We have a fella that buys all the Anguses out of here, and there's 2 or 3 other people that buy a few calves off us. Just kind of, they might buy 10-15 that they'll rear themselves. But for the most part, calves are healthy, they're drinking well, as you can see. This fella is going to ate the leg off me. He was only fed about 2 hours ago. But they're good, strong calves. We're getting the garble vet 4 days, and we find that it works very well. We have very, very little cases of crypto on the farm anymore. We did have an awful bout of it about 2 years ago, and ever since we've been using garble vet, we haven't had as many problems as we used to have. So we're delighted that we got into it and that we started using it. All these calves we checked when they're being fed in the evening to make sure there's no problems with their navels. They're all dipped with iodine, pure iodine, 100% iodine. Once they're brought in here, and once they land on the ground dipped with iodine, they're tagged. They're with the cow until milking. Cow's taken out when we go for milking, and the calves are brought in here. Heat lamp is on all day and night, for the baby calves until they're moved down to the next pens. We're getting the bigger pens set up at the moment. We'll be doing that tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday. But we'll be moving all Frisian heifers down there. They'll go onto the JFC automatic feeders. We'll get them set up soon. And the Anguses will stay here. They'll go down along. We can fit about 20 Angus calves in these pens. That'll last us 2 weeks. And that'll get us, the first batch will go. And as the calves are getting old enough, they go in batches. So as the calves come back, we'll be starting to sell on them calves as they come. So that's kind of the way we work things with calves. So as we kind of go through the season, so we're still kind of only kind of winding up into it. But this week we're going to have a good batch of cows calving. So this place is going to get awful busy. I'll show you now kind of what we do in terms of feeding and stuff like that. We're not going to be feeding for a little while, but we have a good setup in terms of getting the baby calves trained up onto buckets. We don't like using bottles as much on the baby calves. We try and get them onto buckets as soon as possible. Get them ready to go onto the teat feeder, either on the automatic feeder below in the other shed, or else onto the large 10 feeder inside the next pen for the Anguses. So that's kind of how we do things here. I'm not sure, most people have different ways of doing it, but this works for us. We have some adjustments that we like to do, which I'll show you now. But for the moment, this is what's working for us. So this here is what we use for the calves. So this is just a crate, it fits 5 calves. The buckets go in up there. So essentially, fresh calves. First, the youngest of the calves goes into the nearest one. So essentially what we do is, calf goes in, we can get access to the calf from the side, get him up, bucket is in here, get them onto the teat feeder, and then as they kind of get used to it, they can move down along and we can have them further away. And all we have to do then is open this handle here, and all the calves will flow in, get milk, and once they're coming in themselves and they're getting onto the bucket themselves, they can either move on down to the automatic feeder or over onto the large teat feeder for the Anguses. We're hoping to extend this, so we want to put a second one of these behind me and extend it on so we can get 10 calves in here. So we want to take away this gate here and put another one of these over again, and put a gate along the back here where that calf is there now. We want to put a gate here so we can come in and have access to both sides and not have calves walking out into this walkway here. At the moment it's working away fine, but just when you have to come into the calves in order to feed them, it doesn't work that well. So hopefully we're going to have another 5 of these at the far side of this gate down here, and we'll be able to feed 10, say, young calves at a time, because this pen does fill up rather quick, and having more space to have, say, younger calves training up is essential in my opinion. So that's the way we work things here, and I will show you the calves now. So as I was saying, these are our calves. So we have two Anguses here, and then we have the Friesian. So as I was saying, this one now is more of a Holstein Friesian. So as you can see, she's kind of a narrower calf, a lot more bony. This is the same kind of that's kind of the same with most of the calves here. But yeah, we're happy enough with them. We're very happy with them. They're all, as long as they're coming out healthy and they're drinking well, we don't have any concerns with them. Good heat inside here. There's no draft or anything coming in. We keep the straw well stocked up. We do have wood chip ordered, which will be coming in soon, but for the time being, straw is fine. On the bottom of all this is a layer of leaves from a square bale, and on top of that, then we just shaked just straw up on top of it. So we clean this out once a week, once every 10 days, depending on how busy we are, and it goes straight out that door here. so we can clean straight out, launch from a bucket out there, straight out, and clean these out as much as possible. The older calf pins are going to be just getting wood chip. That'll keep them dry, and below in the Frisian heifer calf shed that's down on the JFC feeder, that'll all just be wood chip. There'll be no straw going on that, except for the youngest of the Frisians. They will get straw just to have more insulation underneath them while they adjust to the new environment. So this is how we work the calves. As we go on, I'll show you better. These are the calves next door. So these are, say there's more Anguses in here and more Frisians. This pen does need to be cleaned out. We didn't get enough of a time to clean this out and get a power wash, so that's going to be done tomorrow. We are getting a skid steer in to clean this out, so that'll be done tomorrow. And we also have an urban feeder over there that we no longer use, and that'll probably be moved down to the other shed at some stage, and we're going to have more feeders down there. But at the moment it's just there because we were feeding Frisians here as well up until recently, but now we don't need that anymore. That's going to be all down here is just fed with milk straight out of the parlour from cows, such as cows that are freshly calved and cows that might have mastitis or other issues that might stop them from going into the tank. So all Anguses are fed just milk from the pipe, and the calves below are all on Maverick. So that's how we work things. And I will show you the other shed below in the next couple of days when we get it ready to roll, and we've Frisian calves moved down there, and we've the JFC feeder up and running. Sorry lads, we got the cows in and we vaccinated them, but we were separating them out. Things got a bit hectic. I will show you why just now. So while we were working away, this little one was born. So this little one was born inside in the cubicles while we were vaccinating, and things got a bit hectic and I didn't get a chance to film anything. But I'll show you what we vaccinated with and what they got and everything like that. Yeah, she's a red Frisian heifer, so she's out of a red cow. Every red cow we had all got 6 red Frisians, and luckily a few of them held, so we're hoping to have 6 or 7 red Frisians this year. We also, earlier on, we had an Angus. This heifer now, she's very vocal. Not the happiest heifer to have us near her calf, but calf is healthy. Was just born, and we popped her out of the shed. So we're happy enough anyway. She'll be up now soon. The mother can't seem to figure out what she wants, but she's a good mother. So we'll see how she milks later on anyway, and we'll go from there. But calf is healthy. It's well for now anyway. If these cows can settle down, Jesus Christ, can you calm down? I'd say we'll probably separate them now in a minute. There's only with so many cows inside now, we couldn't move anything out of the way. So I'll probably bring them down now to the other calving bins. Good morning. Another day. It is now Tuesday, 21st of January. Morning milking is done. Calves are fed. We had 3 new calves last night, 2 Angus bulls and a Frisian heifer. So those are tagged, fed, and all the rest is done. Going for the breakfast there now, and then after that then we're going to go at cleaning out them calf pens. The skid steer that we ordered arrived this morning. Arrived there about half an hour ago. So we'll get going at that now in about an hour's time. I'll bring you along while I'm at it, and we'll get this place cleared out, get it bedded down, and get calves in there. And then hopefully then we also have wood chip ordered, and we were hoping it would come sometime earlier this week, so we're hoping either yesterday or today. So we'll see, maybe it might arrive today. If it arrives today, it'd be a godsend, because we'll be able to get calves down to the other shed that we keep the heifer calves. So that's the plan anyway, so we will see how things go. But for now I'm going in for my breakfast, and we'll come back and we'll go cracking on to cleaning out that calf pen. Right, starting up. Right, starting up now. This is my office for the day now. Cat skid steer. So we have she's hired off a day hire. So we'll start the rope, we'll head over, and I'll meet you over there, and we'll get cracking into it. Now, this is what I have to clean up today. Shouldn't take too long. She's a good machine, so we'll crack into it, and we'll get through it. So 4 pins, I've 3 of them here, and there's one beyond there, but I've calves inside there, so I'll have to move them, so I'll wait till last to do that. So this is what we're cracking at now. So let's get into it and get her going. Sooner I start, sooner I finish. Now, so pins are cleaned out. We didn't power wash. We normally do power wash, but because how urgent it was, we have over 20 calves here. We don't have time to power wash. We need to get this cleaned out and just bedded down and calves in as quick as possible. So, basically all I've done, they're cleaned out, and all I've done is essentially put sanitize on the ground. So sanitize is what we use on the cubicles. So bedded it down with a good hefty layer of sanitizer underneath, a dry sanitizer. So straw will go on top of that, and that's how we're going to do it. We're going to be cleaning it out regularly enough. So it's just unfortunate we weren't there to power wash it. Things got ahead of us. Calves arrived a lot earlier than we expected. So this is the best way that we know. This is the best way of getting it cleaned out, somewhat sanitizing it. It's not as deep cleaned as we would have liked to have done it, but it is somewhat cleaner than it was when we got it. So we're happy enough with it. Bed these down good and heavy, move the calves down, get them all sorted, get them in, settled down. That's all I want. So it took me about an hour and a half to clean out these pens, and now I just have to get them bedded down. Probably take me another half an hour to bed them down. So all in all, about 3 hours from start to finish, from starting the pens being cleaned, calves in, and calves comfortable. Not too bad in my opinion. And just like that, it's all done. And the fruits of my labour are being enjoyed. So we have 10 calves in here. So they'll be fed in a 10 teat feeder at the moment. Usually we'd have the Frisians gone down to the other shed by now, but unfortunately we can't do that at the moment. So another couple of days they'll be here, and after that then they'll be all shipped down. Another pen here. So these calves are only probably a day or two old, so they still need to be getting beastings. So they'll be getting that in the larger bucket, rather than in the small blue buckets, which the very young calves get it. So they just need more of the vaccine, the salmonella and the rotavac, to get into their system. So they'll be getting a few more days of the of kind of the fresh cow milk. And then we have the baby pin. So baby pin got a small bit of straw this morning, but I'll need some more this evening. But I'm just getting them settled in now. But yeah, everything's happy, everything's healthy, and we're nearly time for milking now. So that is my day full of calves done. Thank be to God. Now, on to the next job. Just doing my rounds here, just after finishing milking. Calves are fed, everything's done. Just came through the shed. I had a few alerts for calving, and sure enough, one of them has already started. So this cow here is 31939. So on the phone here, I'll see now if I can get it up. But on the phone, she is the third one that's alerting. So the red doties are the cows that are alerting for calving. So this cow here is alerting for calving, and she is very clearly calving. So I'll put her in there now. But essentially, the app and the boluses are linked together, and we have up above me here we have a reader that reads the cows in the shed, gives us an alert about 12 hours usually around before the cows calve, and within that 12 hours usually the cows will either calve very early or just at the end of it, but it's very, very accurate most of the time. There's very few cases that the bolus is wrong about calving. Sometimes you get it wrong with heifers because it has to get used to the heifer system, and when it comes to calving, then it's a whole different experience for the heifers, and it's a whole different experience for the bulls also. So sometimes you can get it wrong with that, but got it right for her, so I'm going to get her in there now. And yeah, but it's time I do my walk now because we're just after feeding the cows. So we diet feed here. We do two mixes, dry cow mix and milking cow mix. So the dry cows, what they're getting at the moment, everything in the shed is getting everything in the shed is about 30 days from calving at latest. So they're getting a higher quality mix just for the last stage of that calf's development. So in that mix at the moment there is silage, straw, rolled oats, and also soybean meal, and then their dry cow minerals as well on top of that, just to give them a higher amount of energy, higher protein, just coming up to calving. Gives the calf a better diet for developing. Calves come out better, and also we find that the cows clean out better as well afterwards when they have a better diet, higher protein in the diet. It seems to work a bit better in terms of them cleaning out after calving, so that's why we do it. And in the milking cows, then what they get is silage, straw, Gold, whole crop, beef nuts, and they get a beet balancer, which is kind of for cereals and beet and stuff like that. Like, we're adding that into the mix because we're given the Gold, and we're given the and we're also given the whole crop. We put that in just to make sure that their systems don't get because you can get problems with that amount of grain and stuff going into their diet. But in fairness, especially the Gold is an absolute rocket fuel of a feed to drive on meat production. Sorry, now I'm trying to open this gate. Yeah, that's what them cows are getting now at the moment. But yeah, oh Christ. So yeah, that's my evening now. So I can put in that cow now. Might put in 2 or 3 more. We'll see now how this evening goes. I already have a heifer in here. She is probably forcing away now. She is. She has the legs out. It looks like there's a Frisian coming here. So she's she started calving earlier on, just before milking, and I put her in, and there we go. So the app is working away at the finest. I will actually leave her alone. No, I'll put the cow in behind her. Or I'll move her up to the top altogether. So, come on now. And so that's how today has gone. Today has been a hectic day. We're currently sitting at about 8 o'clock, and I'll be heading home shortly after this. And yeah, so that's going to be the, Jesus Christ, will you climb me? Come on, there you go. That's gone too far up now. Jesus Christ, there we go. So yeah, so busy day, got an awful lot done. Calf pins got cleaned out. So plenty of cows calved. I think we had, what do we have this morning? There was 3 cows calved last night. 3 calved today. 6, 7, 1 outside is 8. So 8 cows will be calved by the time I leave this evening. So it hasn't been a quiet evening, and that's for sure. But all the same, been productive. So I'll get in this cow now. So that's me done for this video. So like, subscribe, share, do whatever you like. There's going to be new videos every Sunday, Wednesday and Fridays. So keep a lookout for the next video, which will be Friday. And I will talk to you in the next one, lads. I'm going to keep going now and get these cows done. Good luck, lads.